And I began to realize, like, if you are an actual celebrity, if you're The Rock, there is no normal conversations that you can have. You meet people on the street. Oh my gosh, you're The Rock. You're this, you're that. And what do you say? Thank you. Yes. Nice to meet you. And you just
I am The Rock.
yeah. Oh, you were so amazing in that movie. Oh my gosh, I'm going to like, can I get your auto? Sure. Like there's no it's just on repeat.
Yeah. And let me say this, if you're The Rock, you can't hide the fact that you're The Rock. If you're another celebrity, you could put on a mask, wear a hoodie, you can get away with it. But you can't get away with being The Rock.
No, he's so distinctly
he's got the shiny
recognizable.
bald. He's huge.
Yeah.
Nobody's that huge.
Yeah, you have a good level of anonymity where I feel like
Oh yeah.
like you could basically turn it on and people be like, oh, that's that guy, or you could kind of go incognito and kind of blend in.
Right. Yeah. The trick is to just be a slob all the time, and that's what I try to accomplish, and I do a good job of it.
Wear the F off on your body. Like, this is make it very clear. But that's super interesting, and I'm curious also as a parent. Do you feel like there needs to be like, are you guys doing certain things to protect your kids against this false reality, the celebrity reality versus the actual reality?
So there's a few great things, right? The pandemic has helped in that we don't go out anymore, you know? So there's not really an opportunity for them to kind of
That's interesting.
experience that. The Disneyland's closed, you know, we every now and then we go to the park or the beach, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, so there's not an opportunity for them to be recognized. They go to a private school, and that's nice because I believe everybody at that school does a good job of protecting that from them. And so we're very happy with the school that they're going to. You know, and again, we just love on them all the time. You know, we want them to have a big sense of self-esteem because we loved them, not because they're famous or people know who they are. And so those little things, you know, and it hasn't been an issue, and I don't think it will become an issue. And if it does, then we'll figure something out.
Yeah, I would imagine, you know, given your guys' involvement with them on a day-to-day basis and how aware both of you are, that it's something that you can always balance out. I think it becomes this issue with, you know, actors and celebrity figures who are sort of, for many reasons, maybe pulled away from the parents, where the parents are maybe busy with their own lives and the kids kind of go on their, you know, celebrity acting, and their identity gets wrapped up in the celebrity.
Right. Yeah.
And there's no, the parents are off to kind of doing their own thing, and it just seems like they don't make it out of there without like severe consequence. There's very few child actors that I can think of that were normal.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think when you enter that, and this is the beautiful thing about YouTube, is that the parents control everything about it.
Yeah.
So there's no letting your kid off to go do their thing.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. My wife and I have talked about, like, do we want our kids to pursue something in Hollywood? And my wife is adamant she does not want anything to do with that at all. And so the YouTube thing's great, you know, because we control everything. We can control what we want our scripts to be about. We get to control the message that we send out to our audience. We control basically everything, and it's worked out really well. And to the credit of a lot of other creators that we've become friends with, their children have also been raised fantastically.
Yeah.
So that hasn't been a problem in the YouTube world as far as I know. So
that's so interesting. There has to be like case studies that can be done in the future of like comparing comparing these two upbringings, because you recently did have a chance to go and the kids were part of a Nickelodeon special. Yeah. Tell me about what that was like.
Oh, it was great. It was great. We were in a studio, much like the studio we're in now, and everything, we had to get our COVID tests the day before, make sure that those got cleared. Everybody on staff had to get those. It was kind of a skeleton staff that they had out there, but we just did this kind of little, it was like a go-kart. Nickelodeon has like this video game that's like a go-kart game, and they kind of made it look like they're playing that game in real life.
Okay.
And so that was really cool, and we just made it up there, and they let us be there watching our kid the whole time. We never let the kids off with anybody, and it was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really good. So we enjoyed that. I think that's the most we would ever do is kind of like little guest appearances on things here and there.
Yeah.
But I don't think we would ever want to dive in on that kind of like the Hollywood thing.
I mean, it makes sense because, like you said, from the control of the script, the way that it's filmed, to the time that you're spending with your kids, once you start going to the big productions, even if you're there throughout the entire thing, there is handing off along the way. Like someone else is writing the content. You know, you can't be like, when you're on set, you're still a good distance from the children who are actually on camera and being directed by somebody else. The level of control is just not there.
Yeah, and all along the way too. So there's a costume department, there's the makeup person. You gotta, of course, let your kids go over there. And again, they were great at letting us be right there, hovering over them.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that we were able to do that. But yeah, I can imagine that if it's a world where you're on a TV show, then and that TV show has many, many episodes, I can imagine a world where, as a parent, you start trusting the people around you, maybe erroneously, you know?
I don't see any other way to do it, because like if you are a regular on a TV program, at some point kind of mom and dad has to be like, okay, I got to drop you off. I have to go and get some stuff done. I'll be back. You know, like, how many of us could literally be there 10 hours a day?
And the parents still have to work, because those kids that money goes into their Coogan account. The parents don't get paid anything for that. So they still have to work. They still have to drop their kids off and leave. So yeah, I mean, you really have to get a level of trust with the people that are producing this thing. You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
It's just it's an unreal environment to be on, because, and I can see without the involvement of the parents, I would imagine Nickelodeon's a great place to do this, because their teams are trained to deal with children for the most part. The environment is children friendly, all that kind of stuff. But I've directed on sets before, and we refer to everybody that's on camera, we refer to as talent. And the way talent is treated is a very specific way. And if you have never been on a set, for example, there's kind of a hierarchy. So when I direct, usually, and this is the weird thing, is I personally don't care. I want everybody to come and talk to me. But the etiquette of when you're on set, if I'm directing, you know, my lighting and my gaffers, they have to go through the key grip. And the key grip comes and speaks to the director of photography, and the director of photography comes and speaks to me. There's this specific hierarchy that you don't skip.
Sure, yeah.
And talent is at the top of this thing. So like, the director is supposed to speak with the talent. And when your children are the talent and they're referred in that light, and the parents aren't there to like ground them,
right,
then it's like you move from makeup, oh, let's get our talent into the makeup. And the kid's just like, everything is about me.
Oh yeah, they're the king of the castle.
Yes.
Yeah, they run the place at the age of 6.
Yeah, and then you've got the director that's like, just little Timmy, all I need from you from this one scene is this, and everybody treats them like gold. It makes complete sense, because you have to complete. So I very much respect the way that you're doing this, and it's very interesting to see those two models compared against each other. This YouTube generation of kids who are growing up with their parents versus the traditional actor celebrity.
Right. This YouTube thing has thrown a wrench in the traditional media outlets. It's like, because people watch a lot of YouTube. Kids watch a lot of YouTube.
More than anything else.
Yeah. It's not even close.